Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the StockSheet custom functions. So I think the best way to show you how to use them is by going through an example with you. So to start, we'll open up a new sheet. Hopefully you've already installed the StockSheet add-on. If you haven't, there will be a link to the installation process in this video. But let's assume you've already done that, and we'll go up into cell A1, and I'm just going to type equals SS underscore, and we're going to see a bunch of the StockSheet functions automatically pop up here. Now that's because the SS underscore is a prefix for all StockSheet functions, which will help you identify and separate ours from other functions out there. And then after the SS underscore, you'll notice here that we've got the name of the function. So price, peers, news. This shows you 10 of the functions, and the order is kind of arbitrary. I think Google displays them based on the length of the name, the function name. We do have 18, and for the full list of all the available functions, you can see on our website under the documentation, you can see the full list of the functions available. So I think for this example, we'll use the financials function. So just type in FI, we can see financials here, retrieves financial statement data. That's what we want. So I've just clicked on that. And now what I want to see here is the formula help, because with the formula help, I believe you'll be able to go and explore all the different functions without needing a tutorial on each one. So to get the formula help, you can either click on this little blue question mark, or we can hit F1. And that opens up this drop down. Now we've built this and designed it so that it's intuitive and easy to understand, and this should be all you need to go ahead and collect data and pull it into your sheet. So for this function, we can see straight up that there's a bunch of different parameters that we need to put in. The symbol, statement, years, quarterly item, and exclude headers. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see an example, and it shows us the type of each parameter. So first three are strings. Then quarterly is Boolean, and exclude header is also Boolean, which means it's either true or false. We can see a short description here that it retrieves statement data for a specific stock. And then we get into the meat of it, the parameters. So we can see for the first parameter, which is symbol, it is required, which means the function won't work if we don't put in the symbol. So let's go ahead. It's a string, so I know I need to put quotation marks here, and I'm just going to use Amazon as an example. Now, just so you know, the ticker convention that we use is the Yahoo ticker convention. Basically, any stock in the US, you just put in the ticker symbol. If it's listed outside the US on an exchange such as the ASX in Australia, you're going to have to put in the exchange identifier as well. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So say Commonwealth Bank, you'll have to put in CBA.AX, and that will get you the data for Australia, for Commonwealth Bank. We're just going to stick with Amazon for now. If you're not 100% sure about the ticker and its exchange identifier, you can go up to the function builder. So let's open that up. I'll show you this just quickly. If we go into function builder, you can see in the ticker symbol here, you can put in the name of the company and just hit the search icon. And that's going to show you a bunch of tickers that match that. So Microsoft here, we can see it's actually listed on a bunch of different exchanges. We would want the NASDAQ one. So you can see MSFT is the ticker for that. I'll show you Commonwealth Bank, which is Australian. So we can see it's also listed on different exchanges, but we want the one listed on the ASX, so we would use CBA.AX. That's just a kind of nice, easy way if you want to find the ticker if you're unsure. You can also go to the Yahoo website, and if the ticker works there, it'll work here. So let's continue with our formula, our function here. So we'll go to the next parameter, which is statement, and not sure what that is. So let's scroll down and have a read. You can see that it's required as well. And the type, it represents the type of statement. So the options are IS for income statement, BS for balance sheets, or CF for cash flow. For as reported statements, append AR to the statement type, e.g. ISAR, BSAR, or CFAR. So I'm assuming that if we just put in this IS, it's going to give us a standardized statement. And if you put in AR, it's going to give you as reported. So let's go with standardized. And we'll do income statement. And I'm going to scroll down. And the rest of these parameters here, you'll notice, are optional. So we don't actually need to put these in to get the data. So that should be enough. So let's just try this. We hit enter. And there we go. So that's Amazon's income statement. You can see it goes back to 1996, which is the year that they were listed, I believe. So that's very cool. So we can go ahead and look at the rest of these parameters. I might just do one quick one, entering all of these parameters in so you can see. So for the years parameter, we'll go down here, filter data by specific years. Can be a single year, e.g. 2019, or a year range 2019 to 2022, or a cell range referencing specific years. Okay, so let's try those. Let's put in 2019, like the example said. That should give us just 1 year's worth of data. Cool. Let's put in a range now, 2019 to 2022. Great, that's given us those years. And let's do a cell reference. So let's drag this down here and I'll put in 2019, 2020. And instead of these, I'm actually just going to highlight this cells up here. And that should work for us as well. Cool. So that's how we can filter the year, the data by year. I'm just going to go back and put in 2019, and we'll move on to the next one, quarterly. So quarterly, if true, so we'll remember quarterly up here we can see is a boolean, so it must be true or false. And if true, retrieves quarterly data, otherwise retrieves annual data. So we can see it's been retrieving annual data, and we've been leaving it blank. So let's put in true, and that should give us the quarters for 2019, which it has done. Cool. So that's that. And then item. So for the item, we can put in a string which represents one of these line items, and it will just return the data for that line item. So the best way to show how this works, I think, is by just copying and pasting the values here. And then I'm just going to redo the function. And item, I'm just going to click on that cell there, and it should show me. And there we go. That's just the revenue for the quarters for 2019. Now, it hasn't lined up because it's put in the date heading up here as well. So let me just go back in here. And for the last parameter, which is exclude headers, I'm just going to make that to true. And there we go. It's removed both the column and row headings. So I should be able to just drag that down. And what it's going to do is individually pick up each of these line items and get the data. So basically you can build your own models and spreadsheets just extracting individual line items from the financial statements. And say I do want the date, I can see the date is a line item as well. So let's just see if this works. So there we go, that's pretty cool. One last thing I just want to show you really quickly is kind of a best practice when you're building out these functions. So rather than typing in, say, the symbol parameter each time, what you can do is actually put the symbol in a cell and reference that cell. So let's put the ticker symbol up here, and instead of having to type it in there, we can just click, select that cell, cell A1. And what that allows you to do is then come up here and just really quickly change the cell, and you get new data loading for a different company. So there we've got Meta. I could also just get Google. And you could do the same thing for the statement type. So if I wanted income statements, I could then just change this parameter. So instead of specifically stating it, I could reference that cell, and that works as well. So I could quickly just change this to CF, and I'm going to get cash flow statement or balance sheet. So yeah, that's just kind of like a little tip so that you don't have to be building out the functions every time you want some new data for a different company. So that's basically all you need to know to start exploring all the custom functions that we offer with the StockSheet add-on. So dive in, start experimenting, and use the formula help. And if you encounter any issues, come back here and watch this video again. And remember, you can also visit our website, stocksheet.net, and check out the documentation page for more detailed information on each of the custom functions. Additionally, don't forget to use the StockSheet function builder. We didn't really show you how to use it in this video, but we will have a tutorial video on that soon. And yeah, go get comfortable with the functions and happy investing.